Have you ever heard of mast cells? They are something you should think about, especially if you are feeling like garbage and you have long haul COVID. You see, mast cells, POTS, EDS, this is something I've been talking about well before COVID. And let me tell you why all these things matter to you. EDS is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that is inherited from your family. And it means that your collagen is crimpy and stretchy. And so you're kind of like Stretch Armstrong meets Gumby meets Elastigirl. And that applies to all these tissues in your body. And there are different types of it. But oftentimes people that have EDS will have comorbidities, meaning they are so lucky with their genetics that they have a couple other things wrong. And one of those things that always seem to go wrong will be you could have POTS, which is positional orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which basically means you get up from sitting and whoa, you're lightheaded. So when I set my patients up who have EDS, I totally don't allow them to do anything. I just sit up, get your bearings, have a minute. I've had patients that after they take a shower, because the POTS affects them so much in the shower because their blood vessels dilate, get real big because they're warm, that they have to lie down after a shower and prop their feet up. Mast cell disorder is mast cells are these cells in your body that have many, many different functions. They secrete histamines. And most people know histamines because if you take an antihistamine because of allergies, you know what histamines are. But mast cells, POTS, and EDS oftentimes happen all together. And so it's just a bag of fun. If you know, you know. So then COVID happens. And then my EDS people, which have been struggling with POTS and mast cell disorder and nobody believed them, finally are getting heard and seen because people that have long haul COVID have mast cell disorder. And so perhaps that's one of the things that is leading them to have long haul COVID. They have a histamine problem. And so how do you fix a histamine problem? It's a very, very multifactorial thing. Oftentimes people have been told to take an H1 blocker, which is like your Benadryl, your Claritin, your Zyrtec, or an H2 blocker, which is a Pepcid. And that's one thing. People have been told to eat a low histamine diet, basically eating fresh food, not leftovers, not lunch meats, nothing that has preservatives, because the moment a food is made, it begins to make histamines because it's like aging. I'm going to make a part 2.